What up, guys? Got an instant book review for The Ride of a Lifetime. Lessons Learned from 15 Years as CEO of the Walt Disney Company by Bob Iger. I was looking for a lighter read and this book delivered. It was awesome. It's really cool to hear kind of be taken through his story. The first half of the book is about his ascent through ABC and how he was sometimes promoted into positions that he had zero experience in. And it's really cool to hear him talk about that and, you know, to not be scared to say, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes, and to trust other people that are now working for him and to empower them and to work collaboratively with them to achieve what they're working on. So it's really cool to see that, how he kind of grows up. And then the second half of the book is his time at Disney and really him being the CEO. And, Disney quintupled their market cap while he was the CEO there. So that's interesting. And it's broken apart by their major acquisitions. So they acquired Pixar from Steve Jobs. They acquired Marvel. They acquired Lucasfilm, Star Wars from George Lucas. They acquired parts of Fox from Rupert Murdoch. So it's really cool. He talks about like swinging for the fences, and long shots aren't really as long as they might seem. You just have to have the confidence in yourself to make things happen. But ultimately, it's going to come down to your instinct. And he's really big on, if it doesn't feel right to you, it's not right for you. So, like, for example, they walked away. They were about to acquire Twitter, and they walked away from it at the 11th hour because he was having skepticism, just the whole idea and the way that the needing to manage and monitor freedom of speech and hate speech, it was something that was so distant from anything that existed in their world at Disney. He just felt like it wasn't going to be right for them. So he just trusted his gut. But the main thing that's just so prevalent throughout the entire book is how amazing he is at practicing empathy. And whether it is with a disgruntled board member who just ultimately he found out needed to feel respected, and then they were able to make a major problem go away pretty quickly, or in his acquisitions, like with Steve Jobs and the Pixar guys, making them feel that he really understood the importance of Pixar continuing to have their creative license even as they became part of Disney, or with George Lucas, who had been the only person, running, owning, overseeing, and creating the Star Wars franchise ever. And that was just him giving his baby away. So he really needed to feel like the franchise was going to be in good hands with Disney, but also in people that he worked with. So when he was working with director J.J. Abrams on the first Star Wars movie that Disney made after acquiring Lucasfilm from George Lucas, J.J. Abrams didn't need to be reminded how much pressure there was to make a great Star Wars movie without George Lucas. But it was important to Iger that J.J. Abrams understood that they were in this together. So Iger talks about there's a fine line between it's important to make sure your people know that you share their stress with them and not make them feel like you need them to deliver to alleviate your stress. So it was important that he let J.J. Abrams know that they're in this together. They're both sharing stress. They both need to deliver. It's collaborative. It's a partnership. And they're in it for the long haul together. And the movie ended up being great. So it's really cool. You should totally read this if you're interested in Disney, or just if you're interested in like a huge American company and seeing kind of the behind the scenes on them. It's really awesome. If you guys have read this, I'd love to hear what you think. Please hit me in the comments, something you liked or didn't like or something that stood out. Otherwise, please bang subscribe on YouTube, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.